Hey everybody, how are you doing? This is Kirsten here, and thank you so much for joining me. This is a Better Way with Kirsten podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, please leave this video a thumbs up. And if you're listening to it on Apple Podcast, there you can leave me a 5-star rating and review. That would be very much appreciated. On this podcast, we're talking about chronic pain, chronic anxiety, chronic sensations in the body that you have been trying to figure out what is going on with me. You have been seeing so many healthcare practitioners, but you are still coming back and having no answers. So if your back is still hurting, if your hips are still hurting, if you're having migraines or digestive issues, even though you've tried everything under the sun, then the chances are pretty high that you are experiencing nervous system dysregulation. You can also use the term TMS, tension myositis syndrome, which basically means that the sensations in your body are actually caused by stressed brain and overactive nervous system that is on high alert often and is not regulated. And so if you have been going to so many practitioners and doctors and nobody's been able to help you, then you should really look into the work that we're doing here with the nervous system and the brain. So this is what I'm hoping to help you with on this podcast. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about somatic exercises. And I want to answer a question that I got yesterday. And it was a really good question about somatic exercises. And I'm going to answer it today. But before that, I want to tell you about my 4-week group coaching program called Somatic Soulwork. Somatic Soulwork starts already December 22nd, so you have a few more days to sign up if you are interested in it. And what is this program? This is a 4-week live coaching program where we're going to learn how to express and process our anxiety and other emotions through our bodies to get relief, to feel better, to feel more balanced, to feel more grounded, to have less anxiety and less chronic sensations as well. And we're doing all this work somatically, means through the body. What it doesn't mean is it's not a muscle strengthening program. It's not some kind of strength program, which are not bad or not wrong at all, but the tools that we're using here are designed to help you regulate your nervous system. So it's more internal, but you can regulate your nervous system by using your body. So we're going to work a lot with somatic exercises. We're going to do some very specific vagus nerve exercises. And vagus nerve is possibly the most important nerve in the body, but especially when it comes to calming down your nervous system. When you can improve the health of your nervous system and the tone of your nervous system, then you are going to feel more grounded. You're going to be kind of stronger. You're going to be less thrown off by things that life throws your way. And I've heard it already from several of my clients too. They say that when I started doing these exercises, things just don't get me upset as easily. I am not as reactive as I was before. I'm able to stay present and calm and respond instead of react. So this is the feedback that I've been getting. So on these classes that we have, in this class, we're going to do somatic practices. If you did my workshop on Friday, then you have an idea what they're going to look like. But basically, every time we have a call, we have 4 calls, we're going to first talk about this emotion that we're going to work on today. We're going to address anger, sadness, shame, and anxiety. And then we're going to do a somatic practice. As a result of this somatic practice, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more balanced and grounded. And I know that at the end of every call, you're going to feel like, like relief, right? And this is what we're going to do. If you are interested, please go ahead and check out the information about this course, including the dates. And we start already in December 22nd. One more thing, if these dates don't work for you or some of them don't work for you, you can still sign up and you can get the recordings afterwards. I will send it to everybody who signs up. But I love this group coaching program already because I know that when we all get together, get support from each other, we're going to do the work together. This is so supportive and this is a great way to build community of people who are working on the same goals, and it's going to be so amazing. I'm truly looking forward to hosting this program myself too. You can find the link in the YouTube show notes and, of course, on Instagram as well. Now, today I want to address one of the questions that I just got yesterday, and I think it was a great question, and it's a great opportunity to explain somatic work a little bit better. And the question was this: if you're doing somatic work for anxiety, doesn't it then mean that you're pushing away the anxiety, you want to get rid of it? But this, as we know, it's not a good thing because we're supposed to allow and accept our emotions. So this was basically the question, like, you're doing all this tapping and shaking and self-soothing afterwards. Doesn't it all mean that you're pushing your sensations away? And I would say that I can see why you may think this way, why it might look this way, but I want to offer a different perspective. And the different perspective is that you're actually, instead of pushing these sensations away, you are doing the opposite. You're allowing them to arise, and then you are processing them. You're just processing. You're not pushing away. You are not approaching your anxiety like, I hate you, get out of here. How can I get rid of this? Not in this way. Because when we get into our bodies, we feel, let's say, oh yeah, there's anxiety in my stomach because there's butterflies in my belly, or my hands are shaking, or my chest is like, my heart is pounding so fast. You are not thinking, go away, go away, go away. That would be resistance. But when we process, we are allowing these things to come up. We might even put our hands on the belly and like, okay, this is what anxiety feels like. These are the butterflies in my stomach. And what do I do about it now? I am going to process these feelings that are in my physical body right now. So it's almost like you are assisting, you're letting them to come out, to show themselves, and then you're going to do a sequence of somatic exercises so that they can be processed and released, right? Essentially, this is what we want to do. And the other way that I would like to think about it is that you can think about it this way. Like when you have this anxiety sensation in you, it's like there's a little version of you wanting something, wanting your attention. There's something that she's not happy about right now. And maybe this little you is stomping her feet, like feeling like, oh, I don't like this, I don't want to do this, right? And like throwing a little tantrum. So what do you do with a child like this? Do you tell her to just get quiet right away? I don't want to hear this. How is that going to go? Versus if you go to that child and say, okay, let it out. You can do what you want. Okay, you feel like stomping your feet. Yes, you can do it. You feel like crying. Yes, you're allowed to do this. You are allowed to do this, right? And this, when you think about somatic work, what is that part? That's the part where you're letting the anxious energy express itself. So typically we would do like bouncing or shaking or jumping or maybe slapping the body like that. This is the part where you are allowing the thing to come up and you're letting it out. And then coming back to this inner child that's maybe crying or needing your attention or throwing a tantrum. Once this energy has released, what do we want to do next? We would typically want to go to that child and show that it's all good. It's okay. It's totally fine. I'm here. Fine. I'm here for you. I take care of you. And when we think about somatic expression, what would that look like? That could look like wrapping your arms around yourself. That could look like, giving yourself a hug, maybe rocking side to side. Maybe you're going to put the face in the head like that, right? You're going to do something that feels calming and soothing after we've had that intense expression of anxiety or something that felt uncomfortable. So first, we're going to express the feeling, and then we're going to find some self-soothing and caring exercise that feel nice, that are the ones that actually bring us back to that calm and presence. So I find like this way of thinking is much better because it is more like, yes, let's express and then come back to the center, instead of like, I don't want you here, like go away. That would be pushing away, that would be forcing away, that will feel like I'm not listening to you. But this is not what we want to do, and I hope that this is clear. And the other thing, of course, that you can do with this little child that's in you and throwing that tantrum, which shows up as anxiety or anger or something, you can also ask, like, after this energy, intense energy has been released, what do you need? Like, what is it? What can I do for you right now? And sometimes you get an answer. It's like sometimes the child might be like, I just want to rest more, or I want to play more, or there's too much pressure, or something like that. And then you can provide that also like verbally, right? You can say things, I'm here, I'm going to take care of you. But you're going to do the same thing also somatically by, like I said, wrapping your arms around her or whatever the thing is that feels soothing and calming. And in my program, Somatic Soulwork, this is how we work. We're going to meet our bodies where it's at. So, for example, if you're feeling very anxious or very angry, you have these intense sensations in you. There are certain movements that help to mobilize these feelings in you so that they can get expressed. And then in the correct order, we want to do these things in correct order. And then we're going to come back to self-soothing. It could be a little bit different when you feel like really, really frozen. Maybe you're so sad, you're incredibly sad, you feel like you cannot move. Well, then you don't want to do the same things. And you don't want to do them in order of like, let's go hard and bounce and shake everything out. No, you actually want to treat that differently. So this is what we're going to do in Somatic Soulwork, and I have a series of practices for you that we're going to do together. And the goal is really for you to figure out which ones work best for you. So when you practice these things on the call together with me and other people who have showed up for the calls, you're going to try them all out. You're going to try them all and see what feels best for you, what has the benefit, like what made you feel different, what gave you a different feeling afterwards, like, yes, this really worked for me. Yes, I feel like I released that intense energy. Yes, I feel like I am calmer now. Yes, I do feel better. Yes, I feel more connected. So the exercise that make you feel this way are the ones that you're going to keep in your repertoire, and you're going to come back to them when you need them. And a lot of these exercises you can also do just an individual one. Let's say you're feeling like mildly little bit anxious, but it's not like full on like, yeah, I'm super anxious, but it's a little bit of like irritation, agitation, rumination. It's not too much, but it's a little bit. Then you can just pick a single exercise and see if this could help you release it. So I want to give you a bunch of tools, but you're the one who's going to put together the toolbox. And these exercises are really effective. They truly are. Like I've said several times already, for me, they have been extremely helpful. I have felt so much better since I started using them. And today I just got a message from one of my one-on-one clients who also said that it is pretty unbelievable because something happened yesterday, and typically that would have been very upsetting for me. But I just realized that, oh my God, I actually stayed calm. I was present. I was able to handle it really well. And she has been doing quite a bit of somatic work in the past couple months. And this is really paying off. You're literally strengthening your nervous system so it can handle these stressful moments, but you can also get relief to these intense emotions and these sensations that come with them, literally like as you are going through them. So this is why I find the Somatic Soul Work is really awesome program, and I know you're gonna benefit from it a lot. And one more thing, I know it is a holiday season, which for a lot of people it's super fun and great and filled with joy and connection and happiness, but for a lot of people it's also a difficult time because being with a family is not always very easy. So if you have family members who are triggering, who you already know that there's going to be some discomfort around them, then you can also learn some of these simple exercises and use them already in this holiday season too, because they're going to make you feel better. You're going to feel more grounded and settled. So if you're interested in Somatic Soul Work, then sign up. We start already on December 22nd, so you need to sign up by the 21st if you want to be part of the program. And once again, you find the link in my YouTube description and also in my Instagram bio. I really hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this podcast today, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care.